I need a more stationary chair, and so I have obliged. It won't move, but I will. Hi guys, this is Connie, and ooh, I don't know what's about to happen right now. Hopefully a lot of Connie reads, but in the future, that'll be another video that I will do, hopefully after this one. But this is more of Connie reads an article, and for those who don't know what I've been walking through, today is April 1st, yay! I thought it was pretty interesting that there were a couple of posts side by side. One was this article that's called, But Why Does She Get Babies? Which I'm hoping I'm not going to cry through, but then I started to read the first blah blah, like, I think I wrote the first two sentences and suddenly I went, oh no, 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 no. Hold up. Already I have issue with the second sentence of this entire essay. So to preempt that with my husband and I just experienced a miscarriage in January. So we are part of this group that wishes that they have a baby in their arms. And another friend of mine who's also dealt with loss but has also dealt with successful pregnancies posted a, before you do an April Fool's joke on how you think you're expecting and you're really not, be careful, because there are people who wish that they had, were expecting and they don't. So don't let their pain be your joke. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I'm not gonna cry. I'm actually super excited to have a clear enough throat to start reading a bunch of books. I have so many different books in my head and books on my shelf that I want to read to you. But, and Mustachio is getting through some sort of cold thing, and I have something in the back of my throat, and if I'm not careful, it could probably be either a sinus infection or a possible ear infection. But the good news is, thus far, thanks to all of the wonderful green tea, I have been able to effectively cough it up. So I don't think I'm sick. It's also a mix of allergies, and since, I was once pregnant and trying to get pregnant again, they're like, you can't be on allergy medications. The most you can maybe take is a Benadryl if you absolutely have to. So that's been a thing. That's been fun. And without further ado, now that I'm 2.5 minutes into this intro, from a mournful mama, this is Connie's commentary on But Why Does She Get Babies? Because I had issue with the second paragraph, or second sentence, or they're in little segments. She's writing this article the way I would usually write this article, to emphasize different points. And so it says, some days are easier than others. Some days I wake up and life is filled with sunshine and my husband is wonderful and my heart is content. I'm right there with you. And then comes the day when the teenager is pregnant, the baby is being raised by a grandmother, and the mother who doesn't want to be bothered aborts. Hold up. I'm sure that there are women out there who fit these descriptions, but for the women that I've known who have experienced abortion, it's not that they can't be bothered. They have very legitimate reasons. And truth be told, the procedure that I technically had was considered an abortion. So a part of me is almost like, I hope you've done your research, and I hope you understand how jarring and offensive that sentence can be. Even for me, who has never been like, ugh, I just can't bother, I'm just gonna get an abortion. If you use abortion as birth control, totally get it. I think you're a piece of dirt, because there are other ways to have birth control, like thinking before you have sex, although I definitely understand being caught up in that moment and having the excuse of, well, one thing led to another. They're still practicing safe sex. There is effective abstinence. I'm not saying don't do it because it's bad, because sex is a beautiful thing. I believe it was created by God, and it is safely experienced in the confines of your marriage relationship. And I know not everybody agrees with me, but I definitely understand the inclination to be like, if you use abortions for birth control, that seems incredibly irresponsible, and makes you wonder where your conscience is. And I don't understand that. But another part of me, not even knowing that, and even having some of the same basic beliefs that I'm sure this person who authored this article believes, just hearing that, or a woman that can't be bothered is aborting a child. And a part of me is just like, not everybody that has an abortion can be bothered. There are very legitimate reasons why women make that decision, and it's not just because that's their form of birth control. 5 minutes to do that. Huh. Okay. Those are the days when I pound my fist in my pillow, when I cry out to the unending question into the dark red walls of my bedroom. Why, God? Why does she get babies? Why? I feel like I've grown up enough to stop asking that question, because it's not a matter of why God. I trust that God is sovereign. We live in a broken world and not everything is perfect. So I don't need to ask God why, because I already have enough of an answer to know that the world isn't perfect. God is trying to reconcile us to himself, that the best thing on the planet, and it's a perspective thing, but the best thing on the planet is ultimately having a relationship with God, the God of the universe, the God that made this perfect thing that we as human beings have completely messed up because we wanted to do our own thing and said, F you, God. That's the consequence of basically turning our back on God, is that the world is messed up. We said F you, he allowed the consequences of that situation to happen, and therefore our world is effed up. So I don't ask that question anymore. Not often, not unless I'm having a pity party. And the phrase brings to mind another person who spoke similar words. His name was Peter, Rock. He was often short-tempered and rash. He probably spoke rapid-fire questions and wondered what was wrong with God's all-knowing mind, especially when Jesus told him about the death that would come to him. A death where Peter would stretch out his hands, where he would be led where he did not want to go. And afterward, Peter saw another disciple, the one that Jesus loved. And he said, wait, what about him? Oh, I like where she's taking this. I like this perspective. And Jesus says, what's it to you? Or what's that to you? You must follow me. My heart slows. My questions stop. Jesus answered Peter that day, but he also answered me. Why does she get babies, I asked. What's that to you? You must follow me, he answered. I must get up, take my cross, and serve him. Let me pause real quick to be like, I know that my face looks ingenuine, but slow clap to you for getting it. I'm super glad that this article is ending the way I thought it was going to end, because when it started with me on the defensive going, hold up, I'm not even, I'm in your boat and I think you started this wrong. Okay, I must get up, take up my cross and serve him. I must give glory and honor to God. What is it to me who receives the gift of children? It is not my call, not my right, not my business. Best line ever. Peter was the one who died a criminal's death, though innocent, whose wife was martyred as well. Peter had to give up and give up and give up. When he pointed in question, Jesus answered him straight. What's that to you? You follow me. And I'm the girl who loves God and wants to serve him, and so far, I cannot bear a child. Right there with you, sweetheart. I've been asked to give up and give up and give up. And when I point in question, Jesus answers me straight. What's that to you? You follow me. Ooh, don't want to cry. The answer echoes around me. It closes in and leaves me quiet and humble. Great answer. It turns out that I'm not God, and I don't get to pick, and lo and behold, it's not even my business. Ooh, I love that. I want everything to be my business. My business is simple, to follow him. And your question, friend? Jesus answers yours as well. Why does she get a husband who actually works at their marriage? Why does she have a husband who is faithful? Why does she get a husband at all? Why does she get a job that she loves? Why does she get to stay at home? Why does she have extra spending money? Why does she have extended family that helps her? Why does she have a mother who cares? Why does she have good health? Why? Why? What's it to you? He says. You follow me. Oh, that's cute. There's a little Pinterest picture of what's that to you? He said. You follow me. John 21:22. If you're like me, you might need this reminder on a daily basis. Shameless plug. Feel free to click on the above image for a free printable of John 21:22. Oh, and this is, oh, is she the one that wrote this article? Yeah. You can read more about my walk through infertility in my book, Pain Redeemed, by Natasha Metzler. Cool. Whew, because the beginning of that article just kind of had me. I was like, whoa. Oh, I like this at the beginning of this article's page. Natasha Metzler, learning to delight in a promise-making God. It's true. I'm glad that that article ended a whole lot better than I anticipated. And whoa, this has been 10 minutes worth of reading. So, thank you for listening if you're here at the end of it. I think I'm just going to call it Connie's commentary, and then I'll post the article as well. So, good on you, Natasha Metzler. I hope I didn't butcher your name. And thank you for the reminder that what's it to you? Jesus says, you follow me. And it's true. So, although a part of me is like, can I be more like John? Can I just, I don't know, less like a Peter? There's a little bit of that in all of us, I think. So, learning your lessons as you go. Be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you. Bye.